The S&P hit positive on the year today, and then at some point, that entire trend just seemed to reverse. And we'll see if this continues, because this could be some sort of reversal of the short-term trend we've been seeing of continuing rally, of going between Megacap winning and the Dow winning, the laggards winning. We've seen Megacap tech start to, churn these gains, hit all-time highs. And we've said on this channel that we think it's getting, to a point of maximization where some of that should be rotated into the defense. We made the football analogy. And it looks like today that was kind of starting to happen aggressively. We had seen it on the offensive side on Friday, where we saw everything up, but the laggards up a little bit more. And today we saw pretty much everything down. The Dow is, up 10 points, 0.04%. NASDAQ down heavily. Those are the software, technology companies overall. That's what the NASDAQ is made out of. And we're seeing that rotation happening in the negative direction. So I think that could become a short to medium term trend. And I think it's justified. A lot of these valuations have skyrocketed. A lot of stocks have just ripped. And they deserve to rip. A lot of these technology companies, especially Amazon, for an example, a lot of old people just started using Amazon. They've got a lot of money. And a lot more people are going to be using it for grocery. But it's trading at 125 times earnings. So the company has to be doing what it's doing for 125 years in order for it to get as much cash as it's worth. And that's the thing. The most important thing here is cash flow. So a lot of these laggards, they make a lot of cash. A lot of these technology companies, they don't make a lot of cash. That's why I've been selling my beloved CRISPR, okay? I've been saying the valuation is getting a little too hot for me, and I love the stock, and I want to buy it back, but I want to see a pullback happen. And maybe we won't have a pullback, maybe we will have a pullback. We have to see. I can't make that claim yet, but I'm just trying to explain my reasoning to you. That's why I've had like 58%, 48%, 62% cash for the past week or two now, probably 2 weeks now. So that's just kind of the situation I'm in, just cash, a lot of exposure. I got a lot of technology names, so I was down today. But I'm ready to buy these as soon as we get a point at which prices are good again and we can get back into these very good future driving innovative names. That's what technology is good for. And in those situations, earnings, but we want to see some sort of road to earnings. And it looks like there might be some selling in the coming days. Now, I'm not making all this announcement on one day. I'm just saying a trend that I've been anticipating that may be coming to fruition right now. But there's going to be a lot of chop in this next period, I believe. This is earnings period. So companies are going to be reporting earnings, and they may, surpass, they may not surpass. I don't know, but it's going to be a whole lot of chop, and some are going to beat them, and some are not going to beat them. That's just the way it's going to be, and that's kind of what's going to dictate this market. So I've seen surveys of CEO consensus saying they're somewhat more pessimistic than the market on demand not returning until the end of 2021. And these are the guys that are going to be setting the narrative now. So we kind of got to see what they have to say. That said, I think there's a pretty low bar for earnings for this quarter. So I'm not expecting anything ridiculous. I feel like we've got a pretty good grasp on what's happening with the economy. And something else we're going to touch on now, which is a new curveball. California, fifth largest economy in the world, shutting down a lot of businesses. They're evaluating it every 3 days. So something tells me that this isn't going to be a New York-style shutdown where everything's shut down badly for a long time. It looks like they're going all counties, 3 days. In 3 days, maybe some of the more rural counties that don't really have an outbreak, we'll start opening restaurants again. 3 day, just quick shutdown. We just need to prevent it from spreading all that. But, it looks like the recovery isn't a straight line. It's more of like a volatile line, or maybe one could even say a W. I think it's more like an upward slanted W. I don't think we're going to get out of this recovery mode and going back into a new recession mode. So I think we're okay in that front. So a lot to think about right now. If this trend continues, a lot is going to happen. We're going to see if it continues. It may not continue. Regardless, we want to be prepared. We want to have the right toolbox in our minds. So we're just going to see how things happen, and we'll talk tomorrow and see what's happened since. So until tomorrow. Peace.